Hello guys, so this is going to be a long video today. So what I got here are some really cool DVDs that you could buy at the store like for like $1. So let's get into it. So the first one we got here is the Andy Griffith Show. This came in another DVD with it as well. We got this one for free. This was from 2004 and there's some episodes, but unfortunately this did not came with the box with it, so we just put it in a cardboard sleeve. So yeah. And then here's something right here. I got right here. This is a treasure hunt value DVD, a 2-set movie where it says movies you could buy. So they still do these today at Dollar General. So yeah, there's some really good movies right here. I haven't opened this because this is like brand new, and this one says $1 previous view. So yeah, they got some really good ones if you find some off eBay. So yeah, and then the next one I got here is Popeye. So there's like 8 episodes. This was made back in 2004. And it's in a cardboard box. And there's some information about the history of Popeye the Sailor Man. It's kind of cool. And then here's more stuff. So there's the DVD, and you get more other movies with it. So yep. And then right here I got is The Lone Ranger, which I kind of recently watched this series. It's really good. I like it. So yeah, so this is like $1. Yeah, kind of cool. So we got is the Three Stooges cartoon. This one says 2 hours. Yeah, you're probably wondering why it's in this fat looking case. Well, apparently the original box that came with it was falling apart, so I put this with another one. And here's what it is. Kind of cool. And then here's something I recently picked up a couple weeks ago. This is Gumby Volume 1. Kind of cool. I like the homemade label. So yeah, and then it talks about the episodes. Yep. So I recently picked this up off eBay. I have never seen this before. So yeah, I like it. And there's the DVD. And then here's something I recently picked up over the weekend. Cruising in the Pacific, Volume 2. And there's also a bonus cartoon included. It's kind of cool. And then it talks about the documentary from 1951. So, yep. And then here's the box, the DVD. Here's something I got with a mystery box. This is a restaurant. It was a movie back in the day. Never heard of this one until I got it. This one's made by Digiville Entertainment. And then here's the DVD. And then here's something right here I got. This is 2 hours of adventure cartoon with the classic cartoons. And then it talks about a bunch of stuff. This one's made back in 2005. So it's kind of cool. It's like the Gumby one. And then here's the DVD. And then here is Herman and Friends. Kind of cool. All these cartoons were based on a comic back in the day, which is cool. And then it talks about a bunch of other stuff, even though it has nothing to do with this stuff. I'm looking at 4, and that one is a Looney Tunes one. And then the rest of others are like the this TV show called The Pied Piper. It was a kids show back in the day. Kind of cool. And then here is the DVD. Kind of cool. Here is a really newer movie I got for Easter. This is Beneath the 12 Maya Reef. This is a movie that came out 1 month before my grandpa was even around, so it's kind of an interesting movie. This was made with Technicolor back in the day, and yeah, it's kind of cool. Never watched this. I'm ready to watch this pretty soon. So yep, so there's that movie. Here's another DVD show that I recently watched. This is the Loretta Young Show, and I bought this unopened at an antique store, and it's really good. The anthology drama show started back 1953 to 1961. And then here's the DVD. And then here's another Popeye I got right here. This is Popeye and Other Cartoon Treasures. This is a 2-hour one. This company is Family Value Collector. I've been seeing it like some of these off eBay recently. So yep. And then here's the DVD. And then the next one I got is Felix the Cat. Kind of cool. Same company made this. It's kind of cool. And here's the DVD. Here's a movie I bought a couple years ago. This is Death Sentence. This is a movie back in the day. So this is from 1974, the movie. So yep. And then here's the DVD. Here is Jack Frost. This is the ranking in fast film, stop motion. And this company right here is from East West DVD. But unfortunately, this company went out of business. So unfortunately, you can't go on this website. And then here's the DVD. I played this one time when I bought it. It was kind of cool. And then here is a NASA Geographic Sea Monsters documentary, which this is a really good one. If you guys are even interested, you'll have to go and find a version of this. Because I bought this at a Goodwill, unopened. And then here's the DVD. Here's another movie I bought also at the Goodwill called Silver Wolf. Never watched this one. It's kind of a cool movie. And then here's the DVD. Here is Cartoon Craze presents sing-alongs. So these ones were like the old-fashioned cartoons with the bouncing ball. Like way before like Walt Disney had that type of stuff. There's a bunch of cool ones. And then here are the episodes. I'm not going to list them off. You can just pause this video if you want to. I recently have a YouTube short. If you guys want to go watch this, I'll put this in a link so everybody can watch it. And then here's the DVD. Here is Tomb Factory. So we get a Bugs Bunny Bond rally. Kind of cool. And how much did I pay for this at Goodwill? $2.99. Still has the original price tag. And then it has a bunch of other episodes on here. It's kind of cool. And then here's the DVD. Here's a cartoon I bought a couple weeks ago. This is Cartoon Craze presents Mutt and Jeff Slick Sloofs. These guys were in comics back in the day. Kind of cool. And then here are the episodes. Kind of cool. And then there's the DVD. Here is Cartoon Craze presents Tom and Jerry and Friends, Tubba Tuba. This has nothing to do with the cat and mice of this. So yeah, there's a bunch of cool episodes of here. I haven't played this. And then here's the DVD. Here is Woody Woodpecker and other Cartoon Crazies treasures. I had to put a new box with this because the original one I still had. And here's more episodes. Kind of cool. And then here's the DVD. And here is Porky Pig right here. This was our really first Cartoon Craze we ever did bought. So it has a bunch of Looney Tunes on here. It's kind of cool. And then here it is. Here's Betty Boop and Grampy. There's a bunch of Betty Boops and stuff. Kind of cool. And then here's the DVD. Here's Superman, the Bullet Tales. These are the original Fleischer Studios version. It's kind of cool because this is the first one, first volume. Kind of cool. And then here's the DVD. Here's another Betty Boop. Kind of cool. Some more stuff. Here's Gabby and Friends, which we recently picked this up. And this was on sale for $1, and somebody, whoever had this, bought this. Kind of cool. There's a bunch of other cartoons on here. And then here's the DVD. Here is a movie that my brother recently watched, Until the Clouds Roll By, with Frank Sinatra, Judy Garland, and other people. It's a musical. It's kind of cool. And here's the DVD. Here's another Looney Tunes with Daffy Duck. It's kind of cool. And then here's the DVD. And then the last one we got right here is Shirley Temple, the Little Princess. And then here's the DVD. Alright, so there's all of my $1 DVDs. Back in the day you could get all this. Nowadays eBay kind of has some really good prices. You can also look for them at like antique stores, thrift stores, Goodwills. One thing I cannot do is put this stuff on YouTube because of copyright and stuff. But yeah, there's some really cool ones. If you guys are interested in them, you'll have to look them up on eBay or go to like thrift stores, Goodwills, or antique stores to find these. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you later. Bye.